Sell now or wait for spring? There's a surprising trend in home listings that might help you make that decision. If we haven't met, my name is Natenecochea. I'm a realtor here in Orange County, and today I want to talk about something that kind of might surprise you. The number of homes nationally that are coming onto the market is actually increasing. Look, even though this is typically what we would consider the off season, we are seeing a surprising trend, because traditionally the number of homes that are listed for sale usually takes a pretty steep drop off in the fall and the winter. You know, the holidays, it's a little bit more inconvenient to have showings, and the weather's not always the best when it comes to open houses. But this year we've seen something a little bit different than what we've seen going back to at least 2017. The number of new listings is actually stabilizing, and in some areas it's even increasing when you compare it to last year. It's a little bit of a surprising trend, but there are a few reasons for it. First, more buyers are entering into the market. Mortgage rates are finally starting to come down, and recently the Fed just decided to not increase rates for the final time in 2023, and even predicted decreasing rates going through 2024, 2025, and 2026. So that's making more buyers feel more confident about buying a home, and it's leading to an increase in demand. The second reason is that sellers are taking advantage of the lower inventory. Even though there's more listings this year than last year, we're still well below pre-pandemic levels. And when you combine that lower than normal inventory with decreasing interest rates, increased buyer demand, there's more opportunity if you're looking to sell your home. And the third reason is that some sellers are just more motivated right now. There's an opportunity here that when we get into the spring rush, you may not see. Even though that the winter time, the holiday season, is busier for us personally, when it comes to the real estate market, it's pretty dead. For some sellers, listing sooner rather than later may be a benefit to avoid the competition and to avoid the much more hectic real estate market. So if we take a look at the chart here, we can see that 2017, 2018, 2019, it's gray, a brighter blue, a lighter blue. We can see that everything follows a fairly similar trend. As we go from January, we kind of peak in May, and then it becomes a drop off, particularly from October to December. It is a steep decline in new listings. But if we take a look at 2020, this orange line, as we can see, it was following the fairly normal trajectory until we got to about March, where we kind of peaked out for a moment. And then I'm trying to remember what happened in March of 2020. Anyway, for some unknown and totally mysterious reason, listings dropped dramatically from March to April. And then after April, when interest rates were, at 3%, we see that new listings and inventory started to increase. Even then, once we hit October, we followed the normal steep decline. In 2022, which is represented by the red line, we went back to a much more normal trajectory, although starting with a lower baseline, it follows up. The decline actually was a little bit steeper and began to be a little bit more steep in June, where it dropped fairly rapidly to August, and then again dropped rapidly from October to December. Now, this year is represented by the black line. And as you can see, from January to May, as interest rates were starting to increase, we were still following a fairly normal trajectory, although obviously you can see the number of new listings was about half of what we had seen in 17, 18, and 19. But the interesting trend that we're seeing is that although we peaked in May, there was only a slight decline into June, and then there was a little bit more of one in July. But strangely enough, we had somewhat of a recovery in August. And then, rather than following what would be the projected decline in new listings, represented by this dotted line, the housing market stabilized somewhat. Yes, new listings are still going down, but at a much lower rate and at a much more stable rate. So what does all this mean for sellers? Well, if you're thinking about selling your home, or you need to sell your home, or you want to sell your home, Right now, given the decrease in mortgage rates and the increase in buyer demand and the still terribly low inventory, you're still going to be seeing more competition from buyers. Now, that doesn't negate the importance of pricing your home correctly or marketing or any of the other factors that go into selling a home. But if all those other boxes are ticked, the result of that would be more showings, maybe multiple offers, with the end result of selling your home for the best possible price. Second, your home is going to stand out. There are fewer listings. There are far fewer new listings coming to market. So your home should have more visibility, and the newness of your listing should be able to be extended out a little bit longer. Timing-wise, if it suits you and you list sooner rather than later, it means that you could close on your sale before the spring rush, which means there's going to be more options for you as well. Now, only you know if selling or buying a home right now makes sense for you. What I would suggest is that you talk to an agent, most likely someone that you know, like, and trust, to give you some objective information on your local market. Explain to them what your goals, what your wants, your needs are when it comes to real estate. Because remember, at the end of the day, their job is not to convince you to buy or to sell. Their job is, as a knowledge broker, to present you with the information that you need to make a decision. And not only that, but to make the right decision for you and your personal circumstances. All right, if you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. If you'd like to talk to me personally about this report, or you have any questions on the Orange County real estate market, you can find my contact information in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.